Welcome back to Daytime. Our next guest has a CD release party coming up this weekend. Here to tell us more, the Identity Crisis. Welcome to the show. So your name, Paul Castro, but
yes.
you are known as the Identity
Yeah, we're not
Crisis.
exactly sure what to call you.
So how did that come about?
Well, okay, this is a long story actually. The Identity Crisis was started about 5 years ago. It was me and another buddy of mine named Ken, and we started up this project as just for fun. And we started writing songs, and then we actually got a couple of our buddies to fill in as a band. So we dropped an album back in 2004 as the Identity Crisis. It was a 5-piece band. And then just before we dropped the album, Ken told me he was going to drop out of the project. And I said, okay, so I'm going to go forward with this. I hope you don't mind. And everything was cool, and I took it as a solo project. My name is now the Identity Crisis.
Nice.
So, yeah. The meaning behind the name, back then and even now, I had a wide range of influences, everything from the Police to Outkast, just a whole bunch of different things from different decades. Mm-hmm. And I don't really know where to pinpoint myself as an artist in terms of genre. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why the name's so fitting, because I don't know what I'm doing.
And that's hard to do these days, I think, because a lot of music isn't categorized to one thing anymore. It could be rock, it could be pop, it could be jazz. You've got so many different influences. Tell us a little bit more about your influences in music and how your influences in music came to this group.
Okay. Well, yeah, back in the day when we had this project, it was everything from the current R&B to neo soul to the grunge era. I was listening to that stuff. Everything mid-90s hip hop. That's sort of where I grew up. I was in high school from the late 90s up to 2001. Yeah. So I think I just gave away my age. But there was just a whole bunch of different things that we were all listening to, and we all sort of pulled it together and tried to make our own sort of hybrid sound. And I think when I took it solo with my new project, Record of the Year, which is out now, that was all my influences by myself. Mm-hmm. So, it's just so diverse that I couldn't help it. It was just, that's what I listened to, that's what I'm influenced by, and it just came out in my writing, came out in my beat making, in my guitar playing, in my piano playing, all that stuff.
You're going to stick to what's natural for you, right?
Exactly. So, I didn't force it. Sometimes, there's a whole bunch of different artists that are claiming to be the same thing, that you can't really categorize their stuff. But, sometimes it sounds forced. It doesn't sound forced, in my opinion, at least, because
right.
It's just natural for me.
So you were performing in studio a little earlier, and we're going to have that coming up right after the break. We're going to get to see the Identity Crisis perform.
Get to see you guys in action.
Yes, perfect.
Looking forward.